Mamire's goal is to connect the world to blockchain in a secure, scalable, and decentralized manner. Right now, industry and commerce are being revolutionized by this thing called the blockchain. The blockchain is a global database that's hosted on a global network of computers running specialized software. We call these computers nodes. This revolution is occurring because of dApps, or decentralized applications. dApps run on the blockchain across every node. dApps are great for many reasons. They are censorship resistant, cannot be hacked or attacked in the traditional way, and allow for new and exciting types of e-commerce. This includes the ability to directly send value between any two individuals in the world. It does not matter where these people live, direct exchange of value may occur. From this ability, all kinds of new services are emerging. One example is a service that lets you rent computing power from a global network of computers. Another example is apps that let you store data on a global network of computers for less than traditional cloud storage methods. As you may have already heard, it's extremely evident that blockchain and demand for blockchain services is growing at a rapid rate. For example, the Ethereum Alliance now has over 250 members, which includes Microsoft, MasterCard, and nearly all major banks. It is inevitable that the blockchain will become part of our everyday lives. As this demand grows, it's important to find an easy way to spread accessibility in a manner that is secure, scalable, and most importantly, that remains decentralized. So how does one access blockchain services now? There are two ways. The original plan was to have every individual run a node. All these squares are different nodes. A node is a computer that runs highly technical software, which then essentially joins the network of nodes called the blockchain. The first problem is that your average user won't know how to do this. The second problem is that you can't run an entire node on your mobile phone. This is a growing problem as we head towards a mobile-first world. This software is highly technical and its security is difficult. Because of the two aforementioned problems, the current compromise came about. The second plan uses a web API. A web API is basically a company that sets up and hosts nodes on the user's behalf. Users then interact with the blockchain through a web interface. Although this brings the blockchain to more users, it's not an ideal solution. Here's why. The blockchain gets its value from being a vast, interconnected, and decentralized network of nodes. A strong benefit of this is that there's no central point of failure. If you attack a node, this gets you nowhere because all the other nodes are still connected. You would need to have more than 51% of the computing power of the blockchain to successfully attack the blockchain. This is extremely unlikely, as blockchain networks make up some of the largest computing networks in the world. With a web API, all of these nodes have to communicate through a central point. Hence, this creates a central point of failure. A potential threat would only have to attack this one central point. This loses all of the unique security benefits of decentralization and the blockchain. Another problem is what happens when too many people want to use a web API all at once. With a web API, if there's a rapid influx of requests, they will need to set up more and more corresponding nodes. Each node costs money and cannot interact with the blockchain until it is synchronized. This synchronization takes anywhere from minutes to hours. This leaves the web API providers with a tough choice. They must either waste money running enough nodes to serve any possible number of requests, or accept that they can't instantly handle rapid changes in demand. This creates a very real problem with scalability. Although Mamere and web APIs both strive to spread accessibility to the blockchain, we don't have to compete with web APIs. We can help them too. Let's say a web API has a steady supply of nodes set up. The request by users, or in other words, the demand for nodes, fluctuates around this number. Sometimes the demand is higher than a web API can handle, and sometimes the supply of nodes is greater than the demand for them. This creates alternating patterns of shortages and surpluses. These are both inefficient for businesses. Mamere can seamlessly work with web APIs to solve this inefficiency problem. Here's how. When a shortage happens, there are more requests than there are nodes that can supply blockchain access. This shortage is essentially business lost. In order to not lose out on business, a web API could pay for Mamere services and connect the extra customers to the blockchain through the Mamere bridge. Alternatively, when there aren't enough requests, a web API will have extra unused nodes sitting around wasting resources. A web API could sell the use of these nodes to Mamere. They would get paid to let Mamere borrow some of their processing power, and their computers would no longer be sitting around doing nothing. Mamere allows these web APIs to stay at equilibrium. To recap, most people simply don't know how to effectively access the blockchain. Mamere creates a bridge that will allow anyone to seamlessly interact with blockchain services. We need to connect the world to the blockchain in a manner that is decentralized, scalable, and secure. We want to make it as easy to use blockchain services as it is to use a regular website. Head to mimirblockchain.solutions or check us out on social media.